Alright, so this first problem about measuring the square asks me to use centimeter ruler to measure the length of a side. So since it's a square, I could measure any of the four sides. I'm just going to measure the top side to make life easy. So it says use the red points, and I want to line the yellow left side, that's 0, up with the edge. Okay, so then I want to look after I've done that, and I want to say, well, there's 12.5, so that's 6/10, 7/10, because I know that these are tenths in here by counting how many there are. I would say that this should be, so for number 1, should be 12.7 centimeters. So then it says to use the centimeter tool to measure. So let me hide the ruler, get that out of the way. I'm going to come here, get my centimeter tool. If I measured that, it comes as 12.7 centimeters. Now the next question then asks to use this measurement and come up with the conversion to inches. So what I have to remember is that I got the 12.7 centimeters. Well, inches to centimeters, I know that for every inch I get 2 and 5/400 centimeters. So my centimeters cancel, which means that to get my inches, I do 12.7 divided by 2 and 5/400, and that will give me 5 inches. And I can verify this by then clicking on the centimeter tool, or I'm sorry, the inch tool, and I can drag it over as well. Again, same idea. I'm going to lay 0 right on that segment. And if I look what is right on the edge, it's 5 inches. So I know that my measurement of 5 inches is exactly what it should be. So there I am. I've got my correct answer, and that's exactly what I'd want to see. And if I wanted to double check, I could say, oh, length in centimeters, that is 12 centimeters. Length in inches, that is 5 inches. So here I am. I've got the right measurements, which is all good so far. So now the last thing it asked me about are the square, do the area of the square in square centimeters, and then how to find it. So I know that square centimeters, I would do 12.7 centimeters, that's the length, and since it's a square, I would do that as the width as well. And when I do that, I would get 161 and 2900ths, and that's centimeter times centimeter will give me centimeters squared. Oh, I'm sorry, that is question 4. And then for question 5, it asked me to do square inches 2 different ways. So I'm going to get a new screen here. So one way is, well, I knew that from the last problem I found that the length of this side is 5. So that means the width has to be 5 inches as well. So I could do, for method 1, 5 inches by 5 inches. And that's 25 square inches. So I could just use the fact I've already converted. The other thing I could do is I could say that I know that I had 12.7 centimeters times 12.7 centimeters. And we found a minute ago that that was 161 and 2900 square centimeters. So I could say, well, to change a centimeter, remember that that is like saying times centimeter times centimeter. And so I could do, replace the centimeter, so 1 centimeter times 1 inch over the 2 and 5/400 centimeters. There goes my centimeters. That would be my first one. And then you do my second one. Again, that's 1 centimeter. And I know that that's 1 inch over 2 and 5/400 centimeters. There goes those centimeters. So to figure this out, I would do a 1 and 61/100ths and 29. An inch times inch gives me square inches. And here I have 2 and 54/100ths squared in my denominator. And when I actually simplify this, I would see that that comes out as 25 square inches.